Here's Ledwidge, back to Olafunwa. So a couple of corners in so far for Southampton, one for Everton, and that shot which just drifted wide of the post for the Toffees. Saints still looking for their first real chance of the evening so far, in these fairly early stages of the game, still inside the first 20 minutes. And it comes up towards Ferry, and this time Ryan Astley wins it back for Everton. Comes off Mpala, and then via Ferry, and Everton win another throw. So Saints haven't played a great deal really over Christmas. It's just the 2 games in the last month, both against Derby County, both back-to-back defeats, but before that was an excellent 2-0 win at home to Manchester City at AFC Tottenham. And we've got every Saints Under-23 home game here, live TV coverage, online, via the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Here it's goalless, and Saints in possession with Slattery. Out to Ledwidge. Olafunwa. O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll forward, up towards the right-hand side. Here's Norton. Jankovic. Slattery does shoot, and it just sails wide. It takes a deflection. It's a corner. Came off the foot in the end of Morgan Feeney. Certainly worth a go from there. Did well to get himself into that position in the first place, beating Anthony Evans, and then the shot from Slattery takes a deflection. A third corner for Saints. Just a whisker off his foot there, and out for a corner kick, and Slattery to take. So Will Ferry stands just outside the penalty area, 5 others in there, and it's headed out of play and out for a goal kick. So Saints have grown into this game then last few minutes, had that shot which went wide there from Slattery, took a deflection, and as a result that corner is dealt with by Everton. They've got a goal kick. Say 0-0 so far though is probably fair. Here at the Saints FC training ground here at Staplewood. Everton play a lot of their games at Southport FC, but here it's a fixture down here in Hampshire, and back it goes to Harry Tyra for Everton. And Southampton win another free kick. There's the Saints boss watching on himself, Ralph Hasenhüttl, who will be a happy man with recent performances from the first team. And in from the left-hand side, it's a misplaced pass from Will Ferry. But the Under-23s victorious over the weekend, so were Saints women and the senior side. Can the Under-23s make it a quadruple tonight? Certainly, Ralph Hasenhüttl will be a much happier man than he was 2 months ago. And a couple of those players there you may have seen, just former or played for Southampton on Saturday in the senior team, including Jake Vokins, who was among those players there who came on and scored. Came straight into the first team, started and performed well. And getting a good shot deflected into the back of the net. Here's Southampton, it's a foul that time on Jankovic. So Slattery to take the free kick. Slattery forward. This is an opportunity headed away. One back for Southampton. Here's Will Ferry. just about kept in play there from Cameron Ledwidge. Well, it took ages for that ball to appear. I did think it was heading our way for 1 second. Much to our relief, it wasn't. Here is Olafunwa. O'Driscoll. Here's O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll again, who was instrumental in that win against Manchester City, his former club. Big solid centre-back O'Driscoll. Certainly doesn't put a foot wrong, that's for sure. Out towards the right, here's Slattery. Decent play from Saints. Can they finish it here? Forward to the edge of the penalty area, here's Ferry. And Everton deal with it. Evans. Denrian. Markello. Good play from Ramsey. Cool, composed, but into Everton's half it goes. Here's Ledwidge. It's a risky pass back, but well dealt with in the end. And it was easy for Tommy Scott to kick that long, but Everton win it back here. Here is Matthew Folds out to the left-hand side. Mampala in, and the header comes in that time from Sims. Free kick to Everton. Which gets an applause there from the Saints, or the Everton Under-23s coach there, David Unsworth. Free kick for a pullback there from Callum Slattery. So a free kick for Everton. The first time they've really got a free kick in a dangerous position here. Saints coaching staff now of David Horseman and David Hughes in with the right foot, and dealt with really well there from Jankovic. Markello to the left-hand side. Slattery gets it away before Sims can get there for Everton. Markello in with the left foot, Saints head clear. Back from Watts. Ledwidge. Olafunwa. O'Driscoll. Ramsey back to O'Driscoll. Saints Under-23s football, this is PL2 Division 1. Saints against Everton. Not really a lot in it at all, really, between the two sides as far as this game is going. Not just the scoreline, but you'd say a draw so far is fair. Tackle there from Slattery. And a late one, according to the referee. And it's a yellow card. So, no hesitation there from the referee, Ryan Atkin. Well, referee close to it and decides to produce the yellow card. So, over 25 minutes gone here then. Still 0-0, not a great deal of action to tell you about so far at the moment. It's pretty close. And as a result of that challenge, on the floor currently, So he's injured himself in the process there. I think there's a reaction from afterwards that. But at the moment, no goals separating these two sides. So Everton's last win was a 3-2 win at home to Wolves. So they've won 2 and lost 3 of their matches recently. There's Ralph Hasenhüttl again. And he, again, will have seen a fair few positives from the players so far. It's certainly been a solid performance from Southampton so far. Not really causing any problems at the moment in that final third, despite winning 3 corners. So Callum Slattery still receiving treatment. It's just, like I say, it was just a reaction afterwards. Saw him fall to the floor after that tackle, so he's not had a great few minutes. A yellow card and an injury in the process. Hopefully he'll be okay to come back on. It looks like he will be. In the meantime, it's a free kick to Everton. Saints subs today is Patchett, Latham, Brennan, DeFeece and Lundaloo, which is good to see him back in the squad here. Has suffered from a few injuries recently. As it's forward towards the penalty area, Southampton head clear. And there's one back there from Will Ferry. Another throw taken from Ryan Astley. Ellis Sims into the middle of the park. Uzanidis. Olafunwa. Good play this from Saints. That's the left-hand side. Here's Ledwidge. Into Caleb Watts. Back to Slattery. Short ball though. Too short in the end for Ramsey. Just a reminder again then, the FA Cup 4th round draw is taking place from past, so it will be fairly imminent. Again, we'll keep you up to date as soon as that draw is made, who Southampton are going to play in the 4th round. After that win at the weekend, that's a free kick. It's a late tackle there from Watts on Dennis Aderian, and this time it's going to be another yellow card. This time for Caleb Watts. So 2 players have got yellow cards so far for Southampton. First of all, it was Callum Slattery, now it's Watts. And in the meantime, Everton win a free kick. I'm sure this is the second half, which will become more open, I'm sure, as the match wears on. So a beat out of play, another throw from Carl John off his foot. Well, Everton have 4 home games to come after tonight. They've got Arsenal, Fulham, Chelsea and Swansea. They'll certainly be pleased to be back on home soil. Certainly a long trip back for them after tonight's game. At the moment, it's 0-0. Here's Ledwidge. Out to Will Ferry. Ferry's got Ledwidge on the overlap. Here he is. Can he find the cross? He can get it in the box, and it's a dangerous one. 2 in the penalty area, but under a little bit of pressure, Harry Tyrer deals with it well there. But that was better from Southampton down that left-hand side. Ledwidge and Ferry linking up well. And Harry Tyrer deals with it well for Everton. In the meantime, chance again for Saints. Good perseverance. Shot came in there from Norton. That's the right-hand side. Ball comes in. Out to Ellis Sims. Matthew Foles to take the throw then for Everton. Again, you'd say they've had that one chance which just whisked wide of the post early on in this game. That's been about it as far as the Toffees are concerned. They might have got a chance there, but it's one back there from Caleb Watts. It's crossed to O'Driscoll. Under a little bit of pressure, but does very well. Long ball up towards the left. Here is Ferry. Still Ferry. Back to Ledwidge. In from Ferry. Volleyed away. Back to Watts. Here's Olafunwa. Slattery. Oh, lovely ball. It's a beautiful pass, well weighted, and another chance into the penalty area. Nearly came back there to Rabis, but Everton clear. But what a terrific ball it was down the right-hand side. Saints just couldn't finish it off. Forward it comes. Good football here from Everton. Shot comes in. It was a bit of a weak one in the end from Anthony Evans, and it's dealt with there. From Tommy Scott in the Southampton goal, the former Yeovil man. Signed a one-year deal with Saints in the summer. Not really been tested so far. That's the first real save he's had to make, and it wasn't really any problems for him. Straight at him, not with any pace. Dealt with from Tommy Scott in the Southampton goal. O'Driscoll. Olafunwa. Want a bit of pressure there. Back from Watts. Oh, it's a missed kick there, though, from Scott. Here's Sims. Saints will hope not to be punished here. Evans. Right-footed shot. And it just goes out of play. And came off a Saints player. It's out for a corner kick. But he's causing a few problems on the edge of the penalty area here, Anthony Evans. And he forces a second Everton corner of the game so far. Corner kick. Looks like he might take the corner there as well. Bit of thinking from the coaching staff at the moment. I think they'll be fairly satisfied with what they've seen so far, but like I say, more attacking threat I'm sure is what they want in the second. Here is Anthony Evans then with the corner, and it's a free kick inside the penalty area for Southampton. So as I say, that win against Manchester City for Southampton last month. In the league before that, it was back in September against Wolves. Into double figures now as far as points are concerned. But a win would be a massive boost for Saints, who actually started off the season really well with a fantastic win, 4-3, dramatic 2 goals in stoppage time to beat Manchester City. But here it's Saints against Everton here at the Southampton training ground. A bit of trouble there, back from Olafunwa. Chip forward, ball from Will Ferry, and it goes out for a goal kick. So goal kick then for Everton. It's Tyra to take. So just over 8 minutes to go then here of normal time. I don't think we're going to have too much stoppage if things stay as they are, although we did have that injury earlier on to Callum Slattery, who's now okay. Everton still in possession. So yeah, they're not doing as well this season as they were last, Everton. Like I say, won the league last year, 4 points more than Arsenal in second. But now Southampton have a chance to really get going here. Here's Ferry, still Ferry. Can he find the finish? He can't. Everton deal with it well. Good play here. Did very well. Cameron Ledwidge winning the corner. It's a great play there, causing some problems in that final third, but it was always going to be difficult for him there, Will Ferry, with 4 players around him inside the penalty area. But he did well there to play the ball across, and Southampton forced the corner. The fifth corner of the game for Saints. Wonder whether this might be where their threat comes from here, Southampton, judging by what's happened so far. Ball in to the far post. So Southampton have been drawn at home to Middlesbrough or Tottenham in the FA Cup 4th round. So Southampton at home to Middlesbrough or Tottenham. Here is Evans. The Saints win it back. Up to the right, and that is too far in the end for Enzo Rabis. So the 4th round scheduled to take place on the weekend of January the 25th. Throw to Everton. Matthew Folds to take. One back again here. Callum Slattery infield. Caleb Watts. Nice 1-2. Edge of the penalty area. Chance of Saints here. Out to Ferry, who hits it inside of the foot. You'd say that's probably Saints' best chance of the game so far, but in the end it was easy for Tyra. But better from Saints. Good one-touch football there. Created the opportunities. Just couldn't quite find the finish. At least they got in there behind the Everton defence. Good play from Watts as well to put Ferry in. Went for the inside of the foot in the end. Another chance. Oh, and it's Davis who just puts it wide of the post. Found Anthony Evans who with a strike, and it was Evans with the final touch. Anthony Evans there, edge of the penalty area. Just inside, just wide of the post in the end. Felt like he could have done better there. You'd think Evans would have fancied himself to hit the target there, but it just sails wide. And from Southampton having their best chance of the game a couple of minutes ago, now that's Everton with their best chance. But it fizzed wide and out for a goal kick, and Southampton survive. tackle there on Adirian. Square to the left-hand side. Here's Mumpala. Goal kick. Just a few minutes to go then of normal time here in the first half. Still goalless here at Saints training ground. So Saints lost 5 of the last 6 matches in the PL2. Blackburn, Leicester, Brighton, Arsenal and Derby. Now it's Southampton back towards the goalie. Here's Markello. In from Astley. Markello again. Uzanidis out to the left-hand side. 2 in the box. It's out for a corner. They've not won too many of these so far here in the first half, Everton, but they've got one now. Here's Ndenarin out towards the right. Everton now looking to cause some more pressure, and it's headed towards goal. It's tipped behind from Feeney's header. In fact, I don't even think he got a touch there. Went out for a goal kick instead. Well, it looks at first glimpse like he did, but off the crossbar in the end. So out for a goal kick instead. Let's have a look at that one again. So again, it's livened up a little last few minutes. Still 2 good chances there for Everton. That one header there from Feeney, which went over, and Anthony Evans with a shot inside the box a few minutes ago, which he should have hit the target, went wide. And a couple of minutes before that, it was a shot from the left edge of the 6-yard box this time from Ferry, which was saved comfortably in the end from Tyra in the Everton goal. But at the moment, not a great deal of action in either box so far. Into the last minute of normal time now in the first half. Back to Markello. Here's Watts. Out to Ferry. Good play from Ferry. Can't find a Southampton shirt. It's back to Watts. Here he is again. It was via Slattery. Olafunwa. Olafunwa again. Out for a throw. Forward from Feeney. Easily dealt with again there from Tommy Scott. As I was saying earlier on, he's not really had a great deal to do so far. Just had that shot on target, which again was pretty weak, straight at him. 4th official puts the board up. We're into 1 minute of added time. Thought we may have had slightly more due to that earlier injury to Callum Slattery. Maybe one last chance then before half-time. It's a free kick to be taken from Slattery again, who takes all of Southampton's set pieces. Was again, as we've seen throughout the season, a very young-looking under-23 side tonight. In from Jankovic, not to be for Saints. Everton might get them on the breakaway here. Looks like they're going to keep the ball instead, patiently, and see it out to half-time. Here's Evans, and there's the whistle. For half-time, there's not been a great deal of action, really. There's been that shot from Southampton on the edge of the 6-yard box from Ferry, straight at the keeper. Everton have had a couple of chances fairly late on in the first half. That shot from Evans, which went wide, and a header, which went over from Morgan Feeney. But at the moment, 0-0 is probably fair so far. This was a chance earlier on. This was probably the chance of the... It's inside of the foot, but again, didn't really cause any problems for Tyra in the Everton goal. Up to that, we didn't really see a great deal of chances. We saw Southampton winning 5 corners, Everton winning 3. They've also had a free kick on the right edge of the penalty area, which was dealt with from Southampton. But here was Everton's real opportunity off the crossbar, and the goalkeeper looked like it first like he got it to it. I think he may have even a slight touch to it there, but a goal kick nonetheless. And that is how things stay at half-time. So live second half coverage to come online on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. Nothing to separate these two sides so far. Half-time here, though, at Saints training ground. Under-23s football. It is Southampton 0, Everton 0. Welcome back to Staplewood. It is Southampton Under-23s against Everton. It is 0-0 so far. There's not been a great deal of chances for either side. 0-0 is probably fair so far, but we are live on the Saints FC Facebook page and YouTube channel. A very good evening. I'm Ian Wilding, and we've got second half coverage to come imminently. Well, as you can see, Saints making a substitution at half-time. It's great to see Dan and Lundalu back on the pitch. Certainly causes loads of problems up front. He comes on for Christian Norton. While Everton have also made a change at half-time, Ryan Astley goes out. In comes Alex Denny at right back. We'll go through the sides in more detail in a second. It's Everton getting us underway in the second half, and it's the referee Ryan Atkin who blows his whistle. Let's see what the second half can bring. As you're saying in the first half, I'm sure the second half will become more open. Let's hope it does. So for Saints then, the team, Tommy Scott in goal, who's not had really anything to do so far. Back four of Ramsey, O'Driscoll, Olafunwa and Ledwidge. A midfield three of Slattery, Yankovic and Watts, with Ferry and Rabis playing off. And Lundalu now in the second half, who has possession out towards the right. Here's Yankovic. And Lundalu. Short pass there from Slattery. Saints substitutes. DePatchet, Latham, Brennan, DeFeece are the other four substitutes for Saints tonight. The unused ones. As of yet, Tyra in goal for Everton. Denny, Feeney, Uzadinis and Folds at the back, with Markello, Aderian and Evans in the middle. John and Mampala playing off Sims. Certainly Evans, the midfielders, had one of Everton's best two chances tonight. The other foul to Owen Feeney, who headed over from a corner. And it's back to Scott in the Southampton goal. Everton's other subs, goalkeeper Nico Hansen, Onyango, Joe Anderson and Einar Iversen. Forward from Folds. Here's Mampala. Straight O'Driscoll, who clears. And it's in. Oh, it's almost spilled there from Scott, but gets there the second time. So Saints in their first season back in the top flight of the PL2 after their promotion in the playoffs last season. Over halfway through the campaign now on a cold January evening. Here is Yankovic. Good run here from the Swiss midfielder. Out to Ramsey. Went for the shot instead. He won't this time. And Watts out to Ferry. Man who arrived from the Bury Academy, and that is certainly wayward. So Slattery well over the crossbar. That was the earlier attempt on target, but easy for Tommy Scott. Second time, and Denerin with the shot. Scott, who was on the bench for Yeovil in League 2 6 times last season before leaving the club and joining the Saints Academy. Still only 19 years of age. Here's Ramsey, back to Scott. Straight to Adeniran. Forward to Denny. Markello, one back. Foul on Yankovic, and Saints win another free kick. Certainly a late tackle there. Markello with the foul. And the tackle from Yankovic was late as well. Here's Mampala. He's got Evans to his left. Here is Anthony Evans, and a good tackle. Timed it well there, Kane Ramsey. Markello. And Indurant gives it away. Did really well there, Caleb Watts, to regain possession. Here's Jankovic. O'Driscoll. Foul on Ledwidge. O'Driscoll. In from Jankovic. Slattery. Free kick. Yellow card for Markello now. A couple of Saints players went into the book in the first half. One was Callum Slattery for a challenge which he ended up getting injured as a result. Caleb Watts also went into the book, but this time it's an Everton player's turn. It's Markello. Let's see if Slattery can deliver a decent deep ball into the box here. Could cause some problems. Inside the first 7 minutes of the second half. It is Slattery. And in the end, it's off the head of Enzo Rabis and out for a goal kick. So I was saying in the first half, it's a very young Saints side this season. That's due to a number of reasons. Certainly players have been coming through into the senior team, particularly recently, the likes of Jake Vokins and Smallbone, which is great to see. Also, a number of players have been going out on loan, which has been great for their developments. Ramsey heads it away, but it's a great opportunity for a lot of these players who are under-18s players last season. This is a decent run here. Here's Rabis. Can Rabis finish? He's into the penalty area, and it nearly finds the back of the net. And it was a good save, that was, in the end, from Tyra. And his teammate helped him out as well. Well, that could easily have found its way in, and terrific play there from Rabis. Credit to him. He can play either side, Rabis, but he's certainly comfortable playing on that right-hand side, and it nearly produced a goal under pressure from two players. That was Markello and Uzaninis, and it is a corner kick for Southampton, their first of the second half. Slattery to take. Slattery in, dealt with from Evans. Ledwidge with a throw. Lundaloo gives it away. Here's Olafunwa. Olafunwa, who generally we've seen him play as right back for Southampton this season and in the middle of the park, but playing centre back today, and he's adapted well to that position. Still looking for the first goal though of the evening on minute 54 as we approach. Foul that time on Ramsey, and I think Evans, it's just going to be a word for him by the referee, probably. So foul on Kane Ramsey. Forward to the edge of the penalty area. And Lundaloo. Back from Markello. Tyra. Good run, this one from John. Well blocked, really well blocked. O'Driscoll there again to get the last-ditch challenge in. Here's Rabis again for Saints. Certainly opening up now on the breakaway. He's fouled and Southampton win a free kick in a pretty dangerous position here. And Morgan Feeney certainly not happy about that one. Great run from Enzo Rabis, who's really causing havoc there in that Everton defence now in the second half. Two really good runs from him, certainly exploiting that space, which didn't really have that space in that final third in the first half. Certainly getting it now in the second. And Slattery will take the free kick. Certainly seen him score from here on a few occasions. Saw Smallbone score a few goals from here as well, but as I was saying, involved in the first team at the weekend. Slattery can hit them, so too can Cameron Ledwidge. It is Slattery, and just wide of the posts, but a good effort nonetheless. So just 3 points separate Everton in 5th, or Everton in 8th I should say, and Brighton and Hove Albion in 5th. Not a great deal in it at all. Throw to Everton. Tackle on Rabis, the referee signalling a throw the other way. Matthew Folds was just about to take that throw, but throw given the other way. Could be a change in personnel here, you would think, imminently. David Horseman, who's led the club on an interim basis, supported by Head of Player Development David Hughes, after Roddy Jahidi moved on to the US. Evans, and it's back towards Scott in the Southampton goal. Yep, Jahidi joining USL Championship team Hartford as part of a 12-month secondment a couple of months ago. And it's out to the left-hand side. Slattery with a ball. It does very well to keep the ball in play, but unfortunately for Saints, Ledwidge can do no more than backheel it out for a throw for Everton. Yankovic back to Ramsey. Ramsey. O'Driscoll. And Lundaloo. Ramsey. Slattery, Yankovic, better from Saints, and Lundaloo. It's a great pass, but in the end, Watts couldn't find the finish. Lovely football, and Lundaloo was involved in it, and he nearly provided an assist, but just couldn't find the target. He's looked lively already on Lundaloo since coming on. Lucas DeFees and Sean Brennan are coming on. Jankovic is coming off. And Caleb Watts is coming off. Double substitution. That is going to be Caleb Watts' last action in a Southampton shirt for the evening. So it's been more of an entertaining second half than the first. There's been more opportunities, certainly for Southampton. Everton might get one now, but it's Saints have been on top here in the second half. Although Everton might have something to say about that here. Into Evans, and Scott with a save. Now it's Everton's chance to come forward, but Saints deal with it. Uzadinis. Harry Tyra. Alex Denny. Uzandinis. Given away from Rubis. Lovely play that was. Slattery and Lundalu not going to find in that time. They couldn't find the pass. Morgan Feeney, who's been solid for Everton here so far tonight. Still looking for the first goal of the evening, despite that improved second half so far. Forward it comes again. Here's Sean Brennan. Rubis. Ramsey. Slattery was always sailing over the crossbar. This is a good chance for Everton then. Best chance of the second half for them. And Tommy Scott, the first time he's been properly tested, you'd say. He's had shot straight at him a couple of times, but that one he really had to dive down to his right, and then that shot there from Slattery is harmlessly over the crossbar. The Saints have had 2 or 3 good chances in the second half, and a lot of it's been created from that attacking midfielder Enzo Rubis. Man who arrived from Stade Rennes. Big things expected of him, but that time there's a foul given away from Sean Brennan. Everton with the free kick, which Matthew Folds will take. Folds. Deep ball in. O'Driscoll can't get it away. Eventually Saints do. And it comes back again. It was first a shot from Markello, then from Denny. Another throw to the Toffees. Folds. Adeniran. Markello, back to Adeniran. Markello again. Mampala fizzed across. One back from Ledwidge. Here's Will Ferry. 2 bursting forward, including the substitute there, DeFeece. To Rubis. Brennan. Here's Rabis. And nearly found a Lundaloo. But it does find the substitute, Lucas DeFees, who finds the back of the net. And the way Saints have been playing in the second half, you'd say it's deserved. Took it so well into the penalty area and DeFees did the rest. And he deserves that goal already, really, the impact that he's made. Really well taken goal there from Lucas DeFees, and leaving Harry Tyra with no chance in the Everton goal. Well, this is what that game needed. That Southampton goal. And it's opened up certainly in the second half, but I think that will probably open it up even more as Everton will look to come forward. DeFees for the finish. And Saints go 1-0 up. Looking for that win that will lift them off the bottom of the PL2 Division 1. Everton, if things stay as they are, will be heading for 4 defeats in 6, but obviously a long way to go yet with just over 24 minutes of normal time remaining. Morgan Feeney. Markello. Anthony Evans. Sims. And it's put in. And it's the man who's played really well tonight at the back, Morgan Feeney. He had a good chance in the first half. He made no mistake in the second. And a couple of minutes after Saints take the lead, it's back to 1-1. Well, he got himself into a good position there. I mean, he really ran forward with the ball from a defensive position a minute before, and he obviously carried on progressing up the field. And it was a cross from Sims. Sims with the assist. And there is Feeney with the finish. So, 1-1 then. So it's certainly, I thought it was going to liven up in the second half after a quiet first half, and that's exactly what's happened. Slattery in, headed away. Ledwidge. Slattery. And Lundaloo. Well, difficult to know which way this one's going to go now. Again, takes a deflection. It's another corner. It was a cross in from Ledwidge. So corner then for Southampton on what's been a lively last few minutes. DeFees giving Southampton the lead, but that was very short-lived. An equaliser a couple of minutes later. Morgan Feeney tapping in, who's had a good game at the back for Everton really from minute one. But Saints looking to regain the lead here a few minutes after that. It's headed clear. It's out for a throw on the left-hand side. Slattery, headed clear from Evans. Forward down the left-hand side. Here's Mampala. Mampala could find an opening here. He doesn't, went behind him. And here's Rabis. And here's a substitute again, Lucas Defees. The Belgian, he's a defensive midfielder, but look at him go now. And after getting on the score sheet, he'll be hungry for more. And it's given away that time from Ledwidge. Started his career at Wimbledon, Lucas Defees, before moving to Chelsea. Hopefully for him, he'll score a few more now between now and the end of the season. At the moment, that goal is lifting Saints off the bottom of the table, but by way of goal difference. But we'll have to wait and see with 20 minutes to go. Everton equalising there. Slattery. Here's Ndundulu. Slattery again. Slattery. And Ndundulu just loses out. Here's Slattery again. Another chance here. Ramsey thought about pulling the trigger, but Mampala stops it from happening there. One back, here's Rabis forward to Ndundulu. And Ndundulu's got Ramsey to his right. And Ndundulu to Slattery now. Slattery to the left. Here's Will Ferry. Corner kick. So that entertaining second half has continued to carry on in the same vein. Much better than the first, it continues to be. Plenty to think about there from the Saints coaching staff, who'll be more encouraged with the attacking intent in the second half. But they'll be disappointed that lead lasted just 2 minutes after working so hard to take the lead in the first place. It was a deserved lead, but they were pegged back. He's going to get another bite of the cherry here. Slattery. Brennan to Ledwidge. And that is going to be too far again that time for Ferry, and it's out for another goal kick for Everton. Last 16.5 minutes. We were saying about all those players Saints have had on loan this season. Tariq Johnson's had a spell at Woking. Alfie Jones, Thomas O'Connor both at Gillingham. Rose, the goalkeeper at Walsall. Harry Hamlin is back now, has been on loan at Bath. And most recently to return as Marcus Barnes, who's been confirmed as returned to the club tonight, having had a loan spell at Eastleigh, has unfortunately picked up an injury, but hopefully be back soon. Here is Defees, the goal scorer. Gives away a free kick given the other way. It's going to be a yellow card as well. So 1 goal, 1 yellow card for Lucas Defees. One back. Here's Rabis and Lundalu. Still in Lundalu. Great play from him. Here's Ramsey. Evans. Only as far as Sean Brennan. Now then, here's Sims. Evans. Chipped in, Sims again, and could take no chances. It's a corner. As Everton look to turn this game around on its head here after getting that equaliser in the last 14 minutes of this game. They've got a corner, which they've not won too many of these all game really, but they've got one now. Anthony Evans to take. Evans to the back post, it's well dealt with. Here's Sims. Slattery under a bit of pressure, but it's on off an Everton footer now for a goal kick. Well, it was dealt with well, headed away from Kane Ramsey. O'Driscoll. So it's O'Driscoll with a long ball, and as a result he's got fouled there for that late challenge. So just a little bit wounded there, but I think he'll be okay. Gives a chance for the players to have a little bit of a breather here. Quick drinks break on what's a pretty cold night here. It's certainly been colder, but still pretty cold conditions, as you can probably see. Here at the Saints training ground, 1-1. Saints did take the lead. Get this for a fantastic move. In again, lovely finish. Lucas Defease. And Lundalu's come on and made an impact since coming on, but so too has Lucas Defease. And in the end, Morgan Feeney, who you could see had made that run about a minute before, would slowly advance up the field. Eventually he got himself into the 6-yard box and finished what was a decent cross. Sean Brennan, Southampton's other substitute, has also had a decent game, pretty solid in the middle of the park since coming on. Certainly freshening things up, certainly done Southampton the world of good, but 1-1 remains the score. Ramsey back to Tommy Scott. Throw for Everton. Ramsey heads clear. Here's Evans. Headed on, volleyed clear, O'Driscoll. Here's Lundalu. Certainly difficult to get the ball off. Well, I could have played advantage there, but free kick given instead, this time for a foul on Lucas Tafis again. So do well there to win that free kick. Slattery to take the free kick. Making a run. Headed clear. Ferry. In from Tafis. Over Ramsey's head. Folds. So, final 8.5 minutes here then at Staplewood. Evenly poised here. Still seem to have had the better of it going forward in the second half, but it's Everton who've also caused problems at time as well. Thrown forward from Folds. There's a foul on Anthony Evans, taken very quickly indeed. Here's Markello. Markello again. Still Markello. Out to the right-hand side. Here's Denny. Forward from John. In with the left foot. Ledwidge is pushed, and he can have no complaints about that there. Ellis Sims with a push, gives away a free kick. Last 7.5 minutes of normal time here. Again, I don't think we're going to have too many minutes of stoppage time. Two of the substitutions were at half time. Saints have made all three now. But Everton have made just the one that was at half time. That was Alex Denny. There's not really been too many stoppages either, in truth. Here's Ledwidge. Slattery. Brennan. In from Slattery, short pass, given away. Here's Mampala. There's a foul on Callum Slattery. Everton about to make another substitution. Slattery again, who's played well in the middle here for Saints. Tyler Nyongo could come on, or actually I think it might be Anis Everson who does. It is in fact Everson who comes on. And Manassi Mampala, who had that touch a second ago, that was his last touch of the game. He comes off, walks over towards the far side. So a second substitution of the evening for Everton. They've still got one more that they can use, but it's back towards Harry Tyra in the Everton goal. Here's Evans. Good play there, excellent defending once more. Given away there though, it's Slattery with the original tackle. And a curling right-footed shot from Marcello. In the end goes over. Could have caused problems, that's for sure. Looked like it was dipping. Didn't dip enough. And Saints survive. And still it remains 1-1. Lundaloo. Feeney. Played out to the right, given away. It's a poor pass in the end from Marcello. And Lundaloo did well, good perseverance to win it back. He's still going here, and Lundaloo, and can't find the pass though. Here's Evans. That's a poor cross. So, goal kick. And only 3 minutes to go now of normal time, just over here in this game. All happening in the space of 2 minutes. Those 2 goals after Southampton had taken the lead from Lucas Tafis. And then there was Feeney to tap in. Certainly lots of positives for the Saints coaching staff to take into the next games. Coming thick and fast over the next month or two. Out to Ramsey, he's not going to find him. To throw to Southampton instead. Kane Ramsey again. Who, again as well this time last year, played 110 minutes in that FA Cup replay against Derby County at St Mary's Stadium. Looking to break into the first team again this season. Ledridge. Ledridge again. And the Irishman gives it away. Here's Everton's goal scorer Feeney. One back from Slattery. Rabis to Lundaloo. Tafis gives it away. So Ledridge there going to have to receive some treatment. I say we didn't have too much stoppage. We're going to have a little bit now. So perhaps we may have up to 4 potentially here. Just less than 90 seconds of normal time to go here. So here's that goal again. And it was all started from Lundaloo, who played it out towards the right-hand side. Ball in, doesn't leave the ground. And then they couldn't deal with it in the end, Everton, and it was well put in to the back of the net. And this is only a couple of minutes later. It was a good assist, to be fair, against a striker who's looked lively, Ellis Sims, providing the assist. And there was Feeney with the finish. I say very, very quiet first half. The second half, which has opened up, it's been slightly quieter last 10-15 minutes. But it all happened in the space of 2 minutes, those 2 goals here so far tonight. Evans. Foul on the substitute, Einar Everson. The board is going to go up. I think I can see the number 3 on the 4th official's board. 3 minutes of added time indicated from the fourth official, which we're into now. Here's Denny. Are we going to see a late twist in this game? Out to Folds. Here's Everson. Really well-timed tackle there from Kane Ramsey. Really well-timed. And it's a push and a free kick. Southampton win the free kick. So heading into the second minute now in of stoppage time. Off the foot of DeFeece. So Saints had the lead for just 2 minutes. Apart from that, there's been nothing to separate these two sides scoreline-wise. For the vast majority of this game, Everton are appealing for a corner. The referee and linesman say otherwise. It's a goal kick. And Saints will be pleased there that they've done the job defensively for the time being. Given away, but this time is a foul on O'Driscoll. So maybe there will be one last chance here for Southampton if they can get the ball up the field quickly. They'll certainly have to do it quickly. We're into the final minute heading into now a stoppage. Ball out from Slattery if they can keep it in play. They can, but it's given away. Ferry gives it away that time. Evans, one back in the middle there from DeFeece, but still Everton have possession. Here's Markello. O'Driscoll. Ledridge just about gets it to Tommy Scott, but he can only find an Everton shirt. Edge of the penalty area. Evans, heavy touch, and then the shots as they look for a late winner there from Markello, straight at the keeper. And here is Ramsey. Slattery. And that will probably be it here, you would think, unless Saints can get the ball off Everton imminently. Look at the watch from the referee a second ago. Content for this game to carry on a little longer. Not anymore, he won't. There's the whistle. So a point for Southampton then. And the way they played, they certainly could have picked up all three. But the point is shared between these two sides tonight. Everton go back to Merseyside with that point. And Southampton pick up that draw. Which means that Everton move on to 17 points as Southampton get that extra point on the board, and who knows, maybe that could serve them well come the end of the season. Up to 11 points now, Southampton. Just 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes is all we had as far as goal action today, both in the second half. This was the first, a fantastic move down the right-hand side. It was Rabis with the pass, came off on Lundalu, and DeFeece with the finish, and Lundalu certainly made a difference after coming on as a substitute, and so too did Lucas DeFeece, who found the finish there, slotting it with his right foot underneath the goalkeeper, Tyra. And he felt like Saints could hold on to there, but didn't last long at all, that lead. The assist from the right-hand side from Sims, and the finish from Morgan Feeney meant that this match finished at Staplewood at the Southampton training ground in this Under-23s match 1-1. And again, mixed reactions I'd have thought for both sides. Everton, though, coming from a goal down, will probably be very satisfied, having been trailing by that 1-0. So a lot more entertaining in the second half than it was in the first. In the end, both of these sides had to settle for a point. Thanks very much for tuning in tonight. And again, a very happy new year to you. It finished here at the Southampton training ground. Saints 1, Everton 1.